could just take that advantage all the way to the checker.
15 trucks on the lead lap, just completing lap 133 of 200.
I guarantee you, Brad Keselowski hasn't heard the last of Kyle Busch. Looks like we said earlier, I agree with Busch. That truck is stronger on the longer run, and he's starting to already close back in on Keselowski.
Yeah, Brad's not going to give the top of the racetrack up, though. Kyle's going to get by him. I think he's going to have to do it on the bottom or catch him in some light traffic. Remember, Brad was the first truck that put his right side tires up in the white like he is right now.
Keselowski has been at the point 3 times for a total of 54 laps. Kyle Busch starting to cut into that lead.
Yeah, catching him is one thing, passing him is another. Again, you don't see these two drivers make very many mistakes. That one mistake that Kyle made, getting up a little bit too high, up into the white at the top of the racetrack, that gave the lead away, that may come back to haunt him.
This is a classic battle between a couple of guys that are pretty good in the Cup Series, and they're showing out their strength here in the trucks, and it's man against man right now. They're able to drive just a bit away from Hornaday. Hornaday's been able to hang with them much better this run, but this is a couple of Cup winners, truck guys that are making it happen right now.
It's a good battle right here. That 32 truck of Ben Rhodes took the waiver on. He's on the lead lap. The 20 of Greg Gaulding, the 05 John West Townley, both those trucks 1 lap down, racing for the 17th spot.
Gaulding had high hopes. I heard him on the radio last night leaving the racetrack, and he really thought they could make a strong run to the front, but it hasn't happened here this morning.
Such a pace that's been set by Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski. I mean, if you're just the slightest bit off, as Brad moves around the lap truck of Jimmy Weller on the 08, that allows the 51 of Kyle Busch to close up within a couple truck lengths. If you're not really on your game as good as those 2 trucks that right there in first and second, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a tough day.
It just happens in such a hurry, Phil. I mean, you look in your mirror and here comes the leaders and you think, how could that happen? I'm running strong. But the pace here is just so hectic that people get lapped in a hurry.
Speaking of which, Michael, they just went by Mason Mingus in the 35. His truck 4 laps in arrears.
We need to follow up on the Timothy Peters story. Remember, trouble early on. 4 laps down in 27th right now.
Ooh. Brad down on the very bottom of the racetrack. You can see from Kyle Busch's truck how tight it got as they raced into turn 1.
Then you're just hoping that Jimmy Weller realizes you're there, or his spotter does. Ben Rhodes has been able to get by the 20 of Greg Gaulding and the 05 of John West Townley. Right now, Ben runs just outside the top 10 in the 11th spot.
He's taking advantage of that wave around that he took. He's got a fast enough truck to hang on the lead lap. Maybe an adjustment away from being a contender for a top 5 is Ben Rhodes.
Looking at a battle for third. Ron Hornaday has it. Bubba Wallace wants it.
Yeah, Bubba's been strong this entire race. That's sideways. There's some contact.
Gaulding, the 05 John West Townley into the wall twice. Caution is out for the 4th time on lap 145.
They look like they just couldn't get away from each other. They got together coming off turn 2. Something may have happened earlier in 1 and 2.
I was watching it, Phil, as they drove into turn 1. Townley went up the hill to try to crowd a little bit. He was trying to get that spot away from the 20 of Gaulding, so he went in high and just simply got loose in the center of the corner, and that began what ended a wreck down into turn 3. If you wonder how a wreck happens, well, that one started in the middle of 1 and 2 and ended into turn 3.
Justin Boston, that 25's Luke. Toyota also with some damage from that incident. A lot of damage to that Zaxby's Toyota for John West Townley.
Check this out. These guys have been battling side by side. Look, Townley tries to enter high, gets sideways there, and that begins it.
Brendan Newberry able to sneak by on the outside.
Brandon Jones and Justin Boston were just in the wrong place at the wrong time at Bristol. You can see Newberry all out of shape, but still hangs on to his truck.
Yeah, watch the 33, and he's going to try to get by on the inside, and John West Townley is there.
And he gets hit on the inside as well. Both sides of that 33 truck pretty well used up.
It's going to be a real break for Ben Rhodes. Remember, he took the wave around, stayed on the lead lap, just outside the top 10. That's going to give him an opportunity to come down pit road, put his last set of tires on, and actually have fresher tires than the rest of them.
Ben Kennedy in the 31, also on pit road. We reported he's had brake issues.
Coming to pit road that time was Ryan Blaney, who was running in the 10th spot, along with Armand Quiroga, some of our lead lap trucks. And like you said, Phil, Ben Rhodes comes to pit road as well.
Jeff Burton's going to get 4 tires in the 13 and a chassis adjustment. We'll step aside for just a moment. Glad you're with us here at the Bristol Motor Speedway.
So what you got on deck?
Skyfall, Lean In, then some Pinterest. You?
Twitter, Minecraft, and then some Hunger Games. Boom.
Oh, you guys are all set, huh?
Oh, yeah. New Amazon Fire Phone.
It comes with Amazon Prime. Tons of cool stuff for no extra charge.
Really? It comes with Amazon Prime?
Yeah, there's so much to watch.
I've been on this earth 9 years. I've never seen anything like it.
The new Amazon Fire Phone with a full year of Prime included, exclusively on AT&T.
Under caution for the 4th time here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. 1 lap to get this thing restarted. Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, still your leaders. Hornaday, Bubba Wallace, and Matt Crafton in your top 5. Now take a look at this graphic. Do you think Brad Keselowski knows these numbers?
Yes. I guarantee you.
And if he doesn't, we remind him about them all the time.
And if he wins this race, I bet you the first thing he says is, now y'all can leave me alone. Because people start every interview with, you've never won a truck race, Brad.
And, oh, by the way, Kyle Busch has finished better than you in 21 of the 24 head-to-head battles.
Now you're just getting into details, and I don't want to hear those.
Now it's getting personal.
You've taken it to another level.
You just went next level.
This is a big restart, as
so
all
important,
of them
so
will be.
important restart. Again, this may be Kyle's opportunity here to try to make something happen on this restart.
He goes to the bottom.
Look at that run off turn 2. Brad gets in. Is he going to bring Bubba with him?
Is Bubba going to let his boss man in? He's not. He's going to get up beside this boss man.
That 54 truck has been really strong. He's able to keep pace with Hornaday back in the 4th spot. Now that he has a track position and less than 50 to go, can he do something with Brad Keselowski?
So it's Keselowski, Wallace, Kyle Busch, Hornaday, Sauter, Crafton, and John Hunter Nemechek. What a run. They're in the A truck for the 17-year-old, the son of Joe Nemechek.
He jumps to the outside of Matt Crafton in the battle. He's got position on Matt Crafton right now in the preferred spot on the outside. What an outstanding job for John Hunter.
Looking from Johnny Sauter's truck back at John Hunter Nemechek.
We know John Hunter's not afraid to run on the outside of somebody. We saw him do it at Gateway, lap after lap, battling for the lead.
Bob Dillner.
Steve, I asked John Hunter Nemechek and his dad Joe before the race, what was their plan of attack here? And he said, honestly, we just need to survive. He's been so close to some great runs and challenging for wins already here in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. This kid's got some talent, and he's certainly showing it here today. That truck at this point in the race, just a little bit too loose coming off the corner for John Hunter.
John Hunter has 5 starts. This year, Bob, best finish of 6th, which he's done twice.
What about that move by Ben Rhodes? He was able to squeeze to the outside of Armand Quiroga, and now he's going after Jeff Burton. Rhodes took the wave around on our caution before last, and look, he's driven inside the top 10. Fast truck, too.
Battle for 2nd. Kyle Busch to the bottom. Bubba Wallace on the high side.
Kyle Busch knows right now that he cannot beat Brad from 3rd. He's going to have to make something happen. He's going to get by his teammate and protege in order to go up there and chase down that 19 truck.
Kyle again hunting the bottom.
Brad Keselowski was a 1/10 of a second faster than this battle for 2nd the last time around. So as Kyle and Bubba battle, Brad drives away.
Bob Dillner.
Remember, Bubba Wallace has been one of the hottest drivers in the series, 5 top 5s in the last 7 races. And remember what his crew chief Jerry Baxter told him earlier today. Go to the top side. That's where the 51 is good. I'm sure Bubba Wallace thinking about that. No adjustments for him on that last pit stop because that truck is that good.
He's driving away from Kyle Busch, too. He opened up a few truck lengths over Kyle. Look at the gap right there.
That was interesting. Kyle caught him, battled beside him, but then as soon as Bubba cleared Kyle, he just drove away. In fact, that time by, Bubba Wallace was the fastest truck on the track. He ran a 15.82, a full 0.2 of a second faster than our leader. How about that?
Bubba Wallace is on it. As Bob said, one of the hottest drivers in the series right now. You see him running the same groove that Brad Keselowski's running. The right side's up in the white. Good battle between the ThorSport teammates right here. That's a battle for the 5th spot.
And they're 1-2 in the point standings.
They both have been able to get by John Hunter. We saw John Hunter get by the 88 at Matt Crafton. Both Matt and Johnny Sauter have gotten by John Hunter. John Hunter's back to 7th.
John Hunter must have got up a little too high and slipped because he was driving away from that battle between the ThorSport teammates, and now he falls and finds himself behind them.
Just 35 laps remaining here at the Bristol Motor Speedway.
Did we mention it happens in a hurry here at Bristol? We're down to 35 to go.
And Bubba Wallace is there.
And Kyle Busch is not. Kyle's fallen off from this lead battle.
Bubba Wallace, a 2-time winner this season.
You know, Brad Keselowski expected to battle a KBM truck for the win of this race here, but I think he probably would have thought it would have been that yellow one, number 51.
Well, he's got his hands full now with Bubba Wallace. 2 wins so far this season for Bubba, and look, he's able to cut down to the bottom of the racetrack. If he's going to pass Brad, that's exactly how he's going to have to do it. He can catch him running high, but he won't pass him.
And on the bottom here.
So Bubba Wallace pulling closer to the 19, pulling up to that rear bumper.
It's just amazing how fast the laps click by here. Every 16 seconds, another lap in the books, and these guys are running sub 16-second laps every lap.
So Bubba Wallace has 29 laps to figure out a winning move.
And that's exactly what he's doing, Steve. While he's tracking Brad Keselowski, he's trying to...
Lappers here. I'll get you to the best I can, man. Oh, 8's going to be the first one.
That's spotter Joey Meyer talking to Brad Keselowski. He's just trying, not only is he racing with Keselowski, but he's also trying to move that truck around just a little bit, maybe a little lower in the turns, trying to figure out how he's going to be able to pull off this pass.
Heavy traffic in front of the leaders. Keselowski low, Wallace high.
Wow.
Brad got pretty fortunate there.
Wow, what a move by Bubba Wallace to go around the top side.
Bubba's getting closer and closer, just about able to stick the nose underneath that left rear quarter panel of Keselowski's truck.
And you know who's closing in while these guys are messing with traffic? Look at that yellow truck. He's about a straightaway behind just 4 or 5 laps ago, and now he's joined this battle for the lead.
Hermie Sadler.
Well, Steve, Kyle has not said a whole lot on the radio since he dropped back to the 3rd position, other than to say he was struggling a little bit on entry, but his spotter did say, hang tight, the leaders are getting ready to get in lap traffic, and we'll take one more shot at the leaders, and he has arrived in P3 on the back bumper of Bubba Wallace.
And Hermie, he has there.
Got sideways there, though, Steve, a little bit in the center of the corner, and look at the gap. That's how quick it happens at Bristol. One little bobble.
Too high, in the wall.
Kyle, too.
Keep it up there. Inside. Inside. May have a flat here, guys. Be ready.
We remain under green for the time being.
Right rear flat. Right rear flat.
Kyle Busch slows.
10. Clear.
This flat right rear tire is taking that 51 truck of Kyle Busch out of contention here.
Huge development here with just 22 laps to go. Hermie Sadler.
You can see the damage on the right rear where Kyle Busch got into the outside wall. A flat right rear tire. Remember, on the green, you can come down your own pit road. You do not have to go all the way around. That will help a little, but it'll be 2 right side tires in a disappointing finish for Kyle Busch.
Well, Michael, you said it earlier, everything happened so quickly here, so fast.
Just rubbing that outside wall could have got a fender into his tire. Oh, now Gray Galding's high off turn 4. Maybe a flat tire.
It's time now for our Camping World. 20 to go, just 20 laps remain. Gray Galding to your right, he slows on the racetrack.
He's able to get back down to the bottom. He had to wait for an opening to do that.
I think Galding might have a flat as well. And Brad's breathing. He's got a gap.